Welcome back. And the Indian rupee extended gains for a second straight day, hitting a 5-week highs at 58.77, a first in 5 weeks. But the rupee's rise comes despite the general strength in the dollar index. The closing has been on the flat side, though, 59.11 on your screen, just 2 paisa of gain on the closing level. Let's also get in then Abhishek Goenka. He's founder and CEO, India Forex Advisors, and he joins us live on the show. Abhishek, hi, welcome. It has been a very choppy ride for last 1 week in the markets. RBI notifications have been coming in one after the other, the gold import notification as well. Do you see the desired result perhaps in the rupee from all of that?
I think so. If you look at the markets currently, the markets have been heading strong over the last couple of weeks' time. Despite the move, the dollar being a little weak, if you look at internationally, and in India, if you look at the Sensex has been kind of down, but still the rupee has been closing strong. So definitely the RBI move, which was the very objective of the move, was to invite a lot of foreign institutional investors to invest in the debt market by increasing the interest rates in the 10-year bond markets at the same time, taking moves so that our current account deficit, which is a major problem for India, can be reduced. So I think they are doing their part, and I think rupee is taking cues from them. And I think in the short term, we could see some correction towards the 58 level maybe because of these kind of moves. And I think they will be able to control the steep depreciation of the rupee for at least in the short term. That's the feeling that we get.
Abhishek, we also have seen a lot of debt sales coming in from the government. Tomorrow, the 5 and the 10-year paper also go on for the auction. And you really would want to watch on what kind of yields are they ready to go into. But also, 30th July is another important date. What are you reading into that?
I think they are going to keep this bond yields at around 8.3% kind of levels, because those levels are very, very important for the investors to actually start pumping in money into India. At the same time, if they try to maintain the liquidity at the same situation, then only they can control the rupee decline. And that's exactly that I feel. And on the RBI interest rate scenario, I think they might do some stance on the CRR part, and might be increasing a little bit, although the recent move that they have taken is already been taken care of, at least a 50 basis point move in the CRR. But I think they might take some steps on that particular front, which can actually reduce the liquidity in the situation, in the overall situation, at least in the short term. That kind of move is expected from the markets, I guess.
That's about the domestic markets really, Abhishek. What kind of cues are you getting in from the international markets? Because the whole rout, the whole decline in the rupee started from the Fed tapering concerns.
See, I think international markets, if you look at the verdict was very clear some time back that the US is ultimately going to reduce the QE, and that's the reason why we saw such a big mayhem in the international markets. But I'm getting a feeling over the last few days that maybe a little too much has been done in the market, and now any good dollar news which is coming in the market, the US dollar is not getting very strong. Recently, you had the home sales number, which was 5-year high. But despite that, the US dollar didn't get very strong. In fact, the currencies like GBP and Euro, in fact, started going up. So I think technically and also fundamentally, we feel that in a short term, there could be some consolidation phase where the US dollar could get a little weak in the very, very short term, which could actually add a little bit strength on the reasoning why the rupee could also get slightly stronger. But that does not change the case for a longer term rupee weakness scenario. But internationally, I feel the dollar strength for the short term is kind of turning. It is going to be a little weak for some time, and then probably later on, when the QE talks again start happening with a little bit more news and more events, then I think the dollar will again go strong. But for a short term, I think it's in a consolidation phase. It will not go very strong.
Vijay, what's your sense coming in? Because it was a second straight day and too good to be true, the way the rupee gained to 5-week highs. And then we have seen a turnaround falling in line with how the other emerging currencies were also trading.
Absolutely right, Manisha. We've been talking about 58.50 levels on the prompt month future series. Of course, cash will be somewhat lower because the futures are trading at a premium to cash. I would basically want to watch how the future series, especially of August now, because July is almost nearly done and over with. So I would want to see how prices, volumes and open interest behave when the futures are quoted close to 58.5 levels, give or take a little bit of leeway for emotional turbulence. If at all there is any indication of short covering come fresh buying, I think there would be a blip up on the USD INR again. Because in the medium to long term, the long dollar short rupee story is still alive. It's only undergoing a technical correction. And I don't think the rupee will appreciate significantly from here. It might take a while to depreciate. I'm willing to give it that. But I think the long dollar short rupee trade will come back at some point in time.
Abhishek, what's your sense slightly on a medium term coming in for the Indian rupee? You of course talked about the 58 level. How soon do you see that coming? And would you say that it perhaps would be coming in because of RBI further steps with the markets anyway are expecting, perhaps in sense of our NRI deposit rates, sovereign bonds, all of that?
See, on a medium term, one thing is very clear that rupee has been a weak currency and it will remain a weak currency. Whatever is going to happen because of interventions, they are mostly going to be on short term in nature, and that will not change the very course of the rupee decline. And I think any kind of a movement towards a 58 or maybe a dip towards a 57 or half also should be very, very good levels to go long for importers, because the premiums have got so expensive that at 59 levels, even for the importer, it doesn't make sense to go long cover for 3 months or 6 months like that. But I think 58, if I have to talk, maybe we can see in less than a month's time, and something close to 58. And then on a medium term, again, I think it should be in a broad range of around 58 to 61. That should be a range. I don't see 61 breaking very fast now. I think the technical top has in place, so 61 doesn't seem to break in another couple of months' time.
Fair point. We take that at that. A quick question to you, Vijay, before we let go. And we haven't spoken about euro in a long time. Rupee, of course, has taken us all the attention.
That's right, Manisha. Euro itself is basically rebalancing itself, I'd like to call it that. And at this point in time, I think the dollar, in spite of all the flight to safety being witnessed from all over the world, is likely to basically weaken marginally against the euro. So where the range is concerned, I think on the upside, the euro can go to 1.3675, and on the flip side, 1.2825 is where I would see the euro trading.
All right, so that's the view coming in for the currencies, really. Rupee can see a further appreciation. Abhishek is saying that 58, perhaps 57.5 at the max, but the long-term story of the bearish rupee continues there, as Vijay also is pointing out. So we'll watch out for all of those levels. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Abhishek and Vijay will let you go at that. And with that, it's time up on the show. Thank you for watching.